Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the previous class, we discussed about preferred stock, features of preferred stock, and we discussed about different types of preferred stock like cumulative and non-cumulative, participative versus non-participative, and redeemable versus non-redeemable preferred stock. Today, we are going to discuss other special types of preferred stock. In this, the first one is prior preferred stock. It is a type of preferred stock which have higher claim than other preferred stock from the same issuer on dividend and event of liquidation. Just like in common stock, if you people remind, we have type A and type B. Same is the case here. One is first priority preferred stock, and one is second priority preferred stock. So first priority preferred stock, their claim in dividend and in the event of liquidation. Their claim in dividend and in the event of liquidation, when the company is going to liquidate, it is higher than the second priority preferred stocks. So first priority preferred stock, if dividend is announced, first dividend will be paid to them. Then after that, if something is left, it will be given to second priority preferred stock. And same is the case of liquidation. When the company is going to liquidate, first payment will be made to first priority preferred stock, then second priority preferred stocks. So here he is talking about this thing, preferred stock which have higher claim than other preferred stock from the same issuer. But keep in mind, issuer of the stock, it is the same on dividend and in the event of liquidation. Just like I told you, in the event when dividend is announced, so they will get first priority. Then in the event of liquidation, they will get first priority. And then after that, if something is left, then it will be given to second priority preferred stock. If the company did not able to generate enough profits to fulfill all dividends, those holding prior preferred stock have first priority. So if the profits are not enough and we can't pay dividends to all the preferred shareholders, so then what are we doing? We are going to pay to prior preferred stock, and the others we are not going to pay. Low rate of return on these type of stocks because they have low risk. But this first priority preferred stock, their rate is low. Preferred stock, they have a fixed rate. So if they are receiving 3%, so they will receive 2% or 2.5%. What is the reason? The risk is low. Because if these second priority preferred stockholders, if they are not receiving dividend, still first priority preferred stockholders, they are receiving dividends. So this is the reason that the rate is low as compared to second priority preferred stockholders, and here the dividend is high. So the first priority preferred stockholders, their rate of dividend, it will be low because the risk is low. And second priority preferred stockholders, their dividend will be high because their risk is high. So this is all about prior preferred stock. Now the second priority, preference preferred stocks. Just like I told you, first priority and second priority. So second priority preferred stock, it is called preference preferred stock. Second priority is given to preference preferred stock, a type of preferred stock which has second preference both in dividend and liquidation. The next type of preferred stock, it is adjustable rate preferred stock, or we also call it floating rate preferred stock. This number C and this number D, money market preferred stock, these are, you can say, same. What is adjustable rate preferred stock? In this type of preferred stock, dividends varies with certain benchmark. The dividend will change with certain benchmark. I told you that dividend rate it is basically what? Fixed. But in adjustable rate preferred stock, the dividend rate, it is changing. Floating rate preferred stock. Company can't pay less amount than that, not allowed to pay more than that. How? We'll just see this money market preferred stock. Here the standard is T-bill. Standard is what? T-bill. So now see here, dividend varies with certain benchmark. If T-bill rate, it is 2%. So adjustable rate or money market preferred stock, they will receive 2% dividend. If T-bill rate is 2%, dividend will also be 2%. If T-bill rate goes up to 3%, so adjustable rate will also move to 3%. If T-bill rate comes down to, suppose, 1.5%, so this adjustable rate, it will also comes down to 1.5%. So the rate of dividend, it will change, it will adjust with certain benchmark, with certain standard. And I told you the standard here, we took T-bill rate as a standard. Same is the case of money market preferred stock, a type of preferred stock where the dividends issued will vary with a benchmark standard, most often a T-bill rate. The value of the dividend from the preferred share is set by a predetermined formula. There will be a formula, and on the base of that formula we will calculate the rate to move with the rates. And because of this flexibility, preferred prices are often more stable than fixed rate preferred stock. And keep in mind, the prices of these variable preferred stock, it will be what? Stable as compared to fixed dividend. Take an example. This is floating rate and this is fixed rate. Now fixed rate, if it is 2%, it will remain 2%. It will not go up, it will not come down. But floating, this is floating rate. So if it is floating rate, it will move. It can go up to 3%, 3.5%, 4%, 4.5%, whatever the standard, wherever the standard goes, it will also change. But fixed rate, if their dividend rate is 2%, it will remain the same. It will remain what? The same. So now here he's talking about this thing, that, and because of this flexibility, preferred prices are often more stable. Preferred prices are often more stable than fixed rate preferred stock. So because of this flexibility, there is no change in this money market or flexible preferred stock. And the fixed rate preferred stock, their prices are volatile. Preferred stock whose dividend instead of being fixed is adjusted, usually quarterly. And keep in mind, these adjustments are made quarterly based on the change in the treasury bill rate or other money market rate. And I told you that these floating rates, these are changing, and these are changing every 3 months. After 3 months, they will check this floating rate with T-bill rate. They will compare it. If the T-bill is going up, this floating rate, it will also go up. If the T-bill rate comes down, this rate will also comes down. The prices of money market preferred stocks are less volatile, small changes, than fixed rate preferred. And fixed rate preferred stock, there are huge changes in these preferred stock, also called floating rate or variable rate preferred stock. The next type of preferred stock, it is called payment in kind preferred stock. A type of preferred stock in which dividends are not paid in the form of cash. Rather, more preferred stock are given to preferred stockholders. Here, preferred means preferred stockholders. Now, it is a kind of preferred stock in which dividend is not paid in the form of cash. Suppose 100 is the face value, 3% is the dividend. So there will be $3 dividend, but they are not paying this in the form of cash. They are not paying cash. Suppose a person is holding, suppose 40 shares. Okay, 30 shares. So 30 multiplied by 3, it becomes 90. 33 multiplied by 3, it becomes $99. So the dividend is $99. So they are not paying cash. What are they doing? They are giving another $100 share to this shareholder. Suppose he was holding 33 shares. Now, when the company gives another share of $100, his number of shares from 33, it will become 34. Here is an example. Payment in kind securities are attracted to the companies who would prefer not make cash outlay. The company don't want to make cash outflow. Why? Because they're in need of that money. They don't want to pay cash because they want to reinvest the money. They pay relative high rate of interest rate. And if a company has this policy that we will not pay dividend in cash, so the interest rate on preferred stock, it will be relatively high. Here's an example. A farmsman lives free in a room for providing services in the field. What does it mean? Suppose in villages, mostly, what are landlords doing? A person is coming to the landlord. This person is telling him that you have a small house in this field. Now, allow me that I will use this house. My family will be in this house, this one. I will take care of your field. Whatever the work is in the field, I will do that. You will not take any rent from me. No rent. Landlord will not take any rent from this person. So now see, he is working for the landlord, and landlord is not taking any rent from this person. So see, there is no cash outflow from this person, that I will provide services in this field. मतलब दादे का गनम वाला करियो का whatever सकई पदे पटिके नो प आगे बाने दा लैंडलॉर्ड चिरे दा आगे प बदल के दा सड़े चिरे दा पदी कोर की उसी की और कराया न वर्फी नो दा example. See, a farm man lives free in a room, free particularly, for providing services in the fields. और आगे पर बदल के property की से गई services वाली. So this is the example of payment in kind preferred stock. So in payment in kind preferred stock, the stock holders are not receiving cash dividend. Instead, they are receiving additional shares. Like I told you, he has 33 shares. So his amount of dividend, it becomes 99. So the company is not paying dividend in the form of cash. Instead, they are giving him another share whose value is $100. Additional share. So his total shares previously, the total number of shares, it was 33. Now the company issued another share to this man. So it will become 33 plus 1. So his total number of shares, it will become 34. So this type of preferred stock, it is called payment in kind preferred stock. Then there is another type of preferred stock that is called convertible preferred stocks. A type of preferred stock that that can be converted to common stock or bond anytime investors wants. You have preferred stock, but there is a condition in the contract of preferred stock that any time if the preferred stockholders want, they can convert their shares to common stock or they can convert their preferred stocks to bond. I think we studied this. No, we didn't study. So this is convertible preferred stock. You have 34 shares of preferred stock. Anytime if you want, you can convert this preferred stock to common stock, or you can convert this preferred stock to bond of this company. Change preferred stocks to common stock or change preferred stocks to bonds of this company. So this type of preferred stock is called convertible. Most convertible preferred stock is exchanged at the request of the shareholder, but sometimes there is a provision that allows the company to force conversion. Now keep in mind, sometimes there is a provision that shareholders can convert these shares to common stock and bond, but sometimes there is a provision that allow the company to force conversion. But sometimes, see, two conditions. In first case, shareholder is converting preferred stock to common stock. In the second condition, the company, in the second provision, the company is forcefully, by force, converting preferred stock to common stock. Now, in the first provision, power is in the hand of shareholder. But in the second provision, in some time, there is power is in the hands of company, that they will force the preferred stockholders to convert their shares to common stockholders or bonds. The value of the convertible preferred stock is ultimately based on the preference or lack thereof of the common stock. If the common stock, their number is small, so then they are converting these preferred stocks to common stock because of the lack of common stock. So they are converting it to common stock. So convertible means those shares which can be converted to those preferred stocks which can be converted to preferred stock. I think for today it is enough. Inshallah, in the next class then we will discuss about preferred stock valuation, and then there will be a question of preferred stock valuation. Assalamu alaikum.